Okay, hey everyone. So today's video is an opening of these 4 Nissan castings from Hot Wheels and there's one Matchbox as well. So really excited because these are really cool cars and I'm a fan of Nissan and these castings as well. So we have the Nissan Z Proto. So this was the prototype that was revealed shortly before the Nissan Z officially was launched. And then we have the Nissan Leaf Nismo RCO2. This electric, it's an EV track race car, so really cool. And then we have a vintage 95 Nissan Hardbody, so really cool pickup truck. And then lastly we have the Nissan Maxima imagined as a drift car, so this is also really cool as well. So yeah, without further ado, let's open up these castings. So let's start first with the Matchbox casting. So as you can see, this is the Matchbox 70-year celebration, and basically a really cool casting. This is I think the card itself, I don't remember which year it was produced. It might be 2020 or 2023. Please let me know if you know, but really cool casting and interesting card art with the volcano at the back, so pretty interesting. So yeah, without further ado, let's open up this Nissan Hardbody. So here's the casting, and the deco is really nice. It has a cycle runner over here, Nissan, nice wheels, a nice tow hook. And in terms of the tempos, there's no tempos at the back because obviously it has the side livery. And then over here it has a plastic trunk bed. So but there are still quite some details. There's a spare tire at the back, and then there are some chains as well, which looks quite nice. And the metal are the white portions. Sunroof as well, and then the red at the front. Over here at the front you do get the Nissan logo, although it is not legible. And then the front grills are part of the plastic at the bottom. So overall this is a pretty nice casting, with 3 sides of tempos, the sides and the hood. So really cool vintage truck over here. And then let's move on to the Nissan Maxima drift car from the Hot Wheels J Imports series. So this is actually a casting that is inspired by the Nissan Maxima station wagon into a drift car. So really cool and creative way that they that Hot Wheels actually managed to do up this casting. So I do like the livery and the color. It's a very vibrant red color, so really cool. And okay, one thing is the pack at the back is not the best, but I think and also because you don't get the tail light tempos for this one as well. Sunroof, and I really like that you can see through the engine details. That's really nice. A lot of things to kind of really look at. And the interior is chrome, which is fine. And the side mirrors at the front is really cool. The chrome bumper over here with this very interesting splitter at the front. So overall this is a very stylized drift version of the Nissan Maxima station wagon, and I think it looks really awesome, especially in this nice very vibrant and shiny red color. So really love this casting over here, really cool. And now let's move on to the final 2 castings. So first we have the Nissan Z Proto. So this was the prototype that just shortly predates the actual production version of the iconic Nissan Z. So I mean it basically looks exactly the same as a Nissan Z, or let me know if there are any differences, but to my eye it looks pretty similar. So the logo as well is not too legible, so that's too bad. But the very iconic the teardrop headlights are there, and the whole top part of this is plastic, and nice gold wheels, this profile of the Nissan Z that we recognize, and then it does have some nice taillight temples, and the Nissan here is slightly more legible, but I think this taillight temples actually really does a lot to elevate this particular casting, so that's really nice. Yeah, Nissan Z Proto 2021 copyright date, so awesome casting. Parking it at the back, our Nissan Z. And then the last casting of this particular mix, this is the Nissan Leaf Nismo RCO2. So this is an EV that is made as a track car under the Nissan Motorsport division. So let's just look at the details over here. Yeah, the details over here are excellent. Just look at the headlights and the amount of texture in the headlights, the Nissan logo, and then over here we have Nismo. So really cool. And the front wheel fenders, you can actually see the Nissan Nismo as well, so a really nice touch into the front fenders, and then the red line wheels, Nissan. Again, the top is completely plastic. On the wing you see Nissan Nismo as well, and then the back no details, so that's too bad, but you do get a nice Nissan livery. So yeah, so overall today what I've opened these 4 Nissan castings. Let me just rank them from based on how much I like them. I think today's 4 cars, the best one, it's a bit tough to decide. I think now just looking at this, the front portion of the car is not too balanced over here for the Nissan Z, so that's a point off the Nissan Z. But I think the coolest one is probably the Nissan Leaf Nismo. I really like this sort of race cars, so I'm biased towards race cars. And then second, I would probably give it to the Maxima drift car. It's just really cool what they did with this design, and I like the exposed engine. And then followed by the Nissan Z. I do like the Nissan Z as a casting, and then the Hardbody, which by no means is a bad casting. I really love it as well. So let me know what you guys think about these 4 castings, and which one is your favorite, which one is your least favorite, and I'll see you guys in the next video.